Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is Timberborn, where we're playing on our beautifully troubled town of Porsaw. We are currently still building our bad water diversion. That's going on here. I am, however, quickly, because I had the thought. So what I'm basically waiting on, mostly, to finish near enough everything, is metal. Or, more specifically, scrap metal from my mine down here, as I'm still waiting it for to finish draining and unflood. Now, when that happens, I want to be making metal as fast as possible. So the reason I've quickly paused is because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make several more smelters. I'm going to go and do this. I am going to... Where do I wish to put them is the question. So, and I don't know why I keep speaking like this, but I do for some reason. So we're just going to keep that going. So I'm going to go and try and get these done. I was just pausing quickly because I was thinking I might destroy something and build a smelter in its place, etc., etc. Which actually I kind of might have to. We are pushing the edge of our power limits now. So all of these are showing as... Oh no, they are showing as their demand, which is 150. This, however, is paused, so we'll never know. This, however, does not come up when I unpause it, but we can simply find out by coming to this. This has a power requirement of 200. So, like I said, I'm kind of at the limit for my power. Now, this has an operation of 500. So if I, in fact, pause this for a while, and we've got 30,000 science, so we can do that. And go ahead and chuck down 2 more smelters. We should be good for numbers. Now, the only thing I have to do is, like I said, have somewhere to actually build them that isn't too ridiculous. Because... Well, why would we want it to be too ridiculous? I mean, you know, a little ridiculous. That's entirely acceptable. But no, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is in essence 1. That is in essence 2. That is in essence however many we've just said. That is still 2, quite frankly. And so what we wish to do is do that. And yep, I thought we were going to be 1 too tall. Go ahead and then do that. And then let's go ahead and then do this. Which if I... Yes. Sorry, once I've said it several times during the previous videos, I play far too many different sim-playing games. And they all have different short keys. It's a nightmare. Now we are going to change... I believe that changed where the door is. It did. So we're going to go and place those 2 down so that when the time actually comes, we can make metal blocks as expediently as possible, because then we can also go and finish this off, which will double our power output. Like I said, we'll be able to finally block this off because we are now out of metal blocks. So although we can build a lot of it, as a lot of the structure, etc., is made out of wood, we cannot finish it. We are going to need to get a lot of metal to be able to do that. So that is the current goal. And so as we continue to look around, so we're on 12% contamination, so we'll be able to go down, hopefully in the next thing. I'm hoping basically just to get 1 more drought. And if that happens, I am in. And in fact, yes, let's go back to making the water see-through. And let's have a quick look down into here. We have a 1.5 blocks. The easy way that we can basically test it is, this is, yeah. It's about the same as this. So if we look at this, this has a block and actually about 1 3/4 blocks. This is slightly behind, but it's at roughly the same pace as the other one. So if this is still here, it's likely the other one is still there. Plus, of course, well, no, sorry. If the symbol to say it's flooded disappears, it's not flooded. That's the simple way of knowing that one. But in terms of how much longer it has to go, we can simply have a quick view of this. And so, yes, the other problem we have is that we are struggling with water. Now, I basically just need a quick way to, in essence, pump this up a bit. The problem is that we also have 27% contamination, which is ruining our efficiency. And so, yes, one way we can attempt to solve this, which isn't the most ideal because it does, in essence, make us pump, well, more clean water out of this system, and so therefore gets us into worse contamination. Now I'm going to go and Call all of this a priority, please, because we shouldn't have anybody about to die of thirst. That should not be a problem. But we are, in essence, like, we are holding on to everybody's water levels. Plus, this is also making our mushrooms struggle a fair bit as well. So we really could do with just that little bit of extra help. Of course, then we don't have any water to fill this up with, so that's going to keep going down as well. Like I said, yeah, just a smidge more help would be absolutely beautiful. And so as they quickly go and put that down, there's not so much of a rush on the metal smelters. They may as well keep doing as much of this as they possibly can, although there's that many. Oh, no, they haven't. I was about to say there's that many. Oh, the drought is over. Power is back. But yes, there's that many builders that I've got going on, and potentially with some of this, there's only so much they can get to that it wouldn't surprise me if we do, in fact, just start building everything else as well. But no, we can actually build a lot of stuff here right now because we did focus on getting the scaffolding in first. So we should, in fact, have all of our builders pretty well focused. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the original start, which is 6. So that is 24 builders all going crazy. We have this going on. This is going to become a priority workplace. Water comes first. And so we will hopefully solve our water problem. Of course, as this continues to clean out, which I believe this is now open. Yes, it is. Contamination of 13%. It's just open. As we do close at just above 13%. Yeah, so this is now flowing again. This should be cleaning out furthermore. And so the pump should also then get more and more efficient. So yes. So like I said, we were basically on the edge. We were in essence maintaining our current water levels. Like I said, we weren't really in danger, I think, of anyone dying of thirst or anything. But yeah, we were teetering on a knife edge. So that's now gone and been solved. So that should be good. This will now continue to clean out. So again, like I said, I'm praying for one more drought. If I get one more drought, ladies and gentlemen, we are in. If we don't, well then, let's just say when it comes to Operation Get Me Some Scrap Metal, we are going to end up with undoubtedly a lot of injured beavers, because that is unfortunately going to happen with the mine. Also, a lot of contaminated beavers. So, yeah. Although luckily we do have 5 contamination pods ready to go. But it's going to be painful. And of course, all of these guys are going much, much slower. Okay, we're still on a knife edge for water, it would seem. Although we did only build that a few hours into the day, so to say. What I am going to do is we're going to make this a 24-hour day. See if we can get that going with prioritized by haulers. See if we can get that going, or that going, I should say, with the extra pump now on the go. I mean, apparently they're working at 94% productivity. This is 27%. I think that's getting worse. This is at 18. This is at 23. Yeah, I think this one is actually getting worse because we're pumping so much clean water. Well, all I can say is I don't quite know how the pump works. I don't know if it's a hand pump, whether they've got a little pedal on the go in there, but all I can say is, guys, pedal to your heart's craziness content. I mean, we've got coffee. If you need someone, we will get someone to deliver you coffee to keep you going. But dear Lord, keep going. We do have 200 water. Now, not stopping overnight, I think, is going to allow us to push that a little bit further. But yeah, we should be able to keep that going. Kohlrabies should as well keep us going. As this decontaminates, we're going to slowly get more and more planted. We've got all of this side on the go, which is, yeah, as you can see, it's got a nice patch here that's not even being harvested. We are good with kohlrabies. Like I said, mushrooms, we have suffered. We have suffered on the mushroom front. But I think with the water coming back online, we should get those up and running as well. Of course, the fact that we had this turned on for I don't know how long, completely draining us of all of our water, did not help the situation either. But yeah, no, I think we'll be okay. Contamination 10% coming through. 16% here. 27%. That is going to struggle so bad. And 21%. So, of course, we need to go and get the scrap metal through the contaminated water as well. So, yeah, it's going to be painful, ladies and gentlemen. There are going to be sacrifices made, I feel. But it is all for the greater good. We've almost lost another layer of bad water there, so I can only assume we're doing the same in here. We are still flooded. One flooded building. One unconnected building. I am hoping so much that's just because I don't have this connected here. And it's not something internal down here, because if it is, sod is the only way I can go and put it. And of course, yes, I was thinking, wait, are we sealed? Of course we're sealed, because the water's draining inside. So we must be. There it is. I'm confused as to where I'm looking. I'm getting... There you go. So, no, we're not down onto... One up. Thank you. 1 1/4. That's what we got left to go. And, of course, that just gives us time to slowly keep decontaminating. So, up here, we're not building these yet. That's okay. Again, we've got a bit of time. We need to get into this. We need for the layer to keep going down. We've probably got to roughly the end of this cycle, I would say. Yes, they are cycles. So again, I'm like, wait, is that what they're called? Because again, I'm sorry, folks, but so many different games, so many different things. It's my mind gets so confused. How are we looking? Look at this beautiful structure. Just look at it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks beautiful. It is coming along superbly. We've got all of this sealed off. We're doing a pretty good job. Like I said, unfortunately, that is about as far as we can get because all of this is now waiting for metal blocks. We have only, well, claiming only 3, but I know that's a lie because, like I said, all of these are awaiting their metal blocks, and we don't have them. So, yeah, definitely, that's definitely a lie. Oh, we've got some of, I like how we've got some of the sluices built, though. In fact, a lot of the sluices built by the looks of it, because that's going to allow us to keep building on top of them. This, unfortunately, didn't make it. We need 4 metal blocks for that. But yes, like I said as well, I'm hoping for one more drought as well, because then I'll be able to actually get in there, because there's little corners of this that I can't quite reach. And I'm also hoping that this pretty much drains by that point, because we are really going to need to get down there with the metal blocks as well. So yeah, everybody keep your fingers crossed and pray for drought. I mean, it seems crazy, right? Like, yeah, I want a drought. I'd take a nice long drought. I'll take 5 droughts in a row. Just give me the drought. Anything other than the bad tide is the only thing. It won't cripple us, but it just continuously keeps delaying us. And it is making things more difficult. How are we looking? 23%. Good. That is going down. That is a fantastic thing. 14 and 18. Good as well. All right. So, yeah, we're looking fantastic. We've got one little bit of dynamite to blow up underneath here as well to finally connect it. That'll need to be done during a drought, ideally as well. So, yeah, it's... Yeah, it's unfortunately a bit of a waiting game. As you can see, we do have a lot of dynamite to blow up, which we could go and do. It's not safe to do it here, but I mean, I could always say take out a row and then rebuild it afterwards. Wouldn't be the biggest thing in the world. And then I could blow all of this to... I could blow it all of it sky high, quite frankly. Then... I've currently got something in my head. Sorry, I've paused. I'm thinking, and I don't think out... Well, I think out loud a lot, actually. What I'm thinking is if I actually put a path along here, that means they can come along here, run around here, and then get to this side to keep building. As opposed to having to run all the way around here, which is what it currently stands at. And to go ahead and do that... we will need, ladies and gentlemen, 4 bits of 2x4, some chewing gum, some copper wire, and a pair of pliers. No, we will need... You have to come to there. We need one more to stick one of these on. We then need just one more to stick one of those on. I actually think it's a 5. Well, it is a 5. And that will allow me to simply, like I said, come up and come around and make that path so much shorter. Now, we do need to build it from this side. Once it's built, that, yeah, that allows quite a lot. Now, unfortunately as well, we do actually need to get up there to build it. Let us grab a little bit of laddering. Join that up. That'll all be connected. Let's go and we can blow this up safely. We can blow this up safely. Aha. We've got the one little lonely piece. We will go ahead and get that. At some point, we'll have to build a little... Oh yeah, wait, I could just go and... If I go and chuck one of those in before I blow this all up, that'll allow them to build that. Yep, still haven't gone around to that, that's fine. How are you looking? You're still flooded. How are we looking if we use this as a judge? Still got 1 and a bit. Although again, that's going a smidge faster, which is nice. And down here we are getting close to the edge of what we can build. Although this is, yeah, that's still levees, which I'm sure I have access to. We've got those. We've got a little bit over here. Not huge amounts. Not huge amounts. So we should start moving on to other things. Which will, I think that's next. Then it would be this, and then it would be this. So we'll leave this all intact, so to say, coming down here. So yeah, as you can see, so we're going to trim this down to here. All level on this platform until we get to here. And then this will be 1 higher up on this level. So that's the plan, but I'm playing it safe and I'm not blowing it up quite yet. How are we doing on our good old contamination? 8%! Ooh la la, 15 and unknown because it saved and jumped. 11! That is fantastic. How are we doing here? 5. Ooh, I feel, let's run down into the water if it's necessary coming along. Let's go and get this constructed first, just to open up more pathing and more things, and then they can continue to build whatever they want. Whatever order they so want. Yep, it's all about opening up those... Ooh, so yep, this is now getting built. It's all about opening up paths and allowing them to have as many things as possible to build. Because that then just keeps them working. Keeps them working, keeps them working. I mean, like I said, I've got 24 builders. Let's attempt to keep them all very well employed, shall we? 24 very tired and usually very thirsty and hungry beavers as well. Because they work so far away from where they live. 42 constructions lack materials. Do you know, that's honestly a little bit, makes me a little bit happy to see, because that's more what I'd expect. You know, those are the numbers I expect to see coming from this thing. Okay, yep, that is now built. So they now have access to whatever further things they need to get access to for down here. Yep, down they go. I'm hoping they just take, obviously, the shortest path. Sometimes it's going to be, of course, the only path. But of course, beavers through water are, in fact, slower. There's actually a mod that makes them faster through water, which does intrigue me a little bit because, you know, I thought beavers were faster through water than they were on land. So, yeah. If anything, they should increase their speed when they're in the water. Oh, now here's a point. These things, these wonderful things that aren't here. Thank you. They take scrap metal to build. Yeah, there's a reminder. So all that scrap metal we do not have. Oh, I thought that wasn't going to say flooded then. I was about to say, ladies and gentlemen, we have access, but we don't quite have access. Oh, you are kidding me. I mean, is it really too much to ask for 2 droughts in a row? Just 2. That's all I want. Just 2 droughts in a row. Maybe I've had 2 droughts in a row. Maybe I'm being greedy. Is it too much to ask for 6 droughts in a row? I mean, really? Well, these trees have expanded and regrown quite a lot. I could have sworn I chopped all of these down. I'm not trying hard enough. We are almost out of logs. You know what? I'm going to go in and pause this guy. Let's get a couple more builders in there. Well, you know, I could have maybe, you know, turned to these and started to turn these off and... Ay. I can't believe it. A drought. Sorry, a bad tide coming up. I mean, we were almost all systems go. We're down at 12% here. We're down at 8% here. We're down at a lovely 6% over here. I mean, these were about to be turned off. They were pretty much done with now, you know. Not much use left for them. Down to a beautiful 4% down here. You know, I mean, like, I've got my builders down here in the water, finishing off the different parts of construction they cannot reach from the scaffolding. We are about to get access to our mine. It's... You know what I mean, folks? It's so close. It's just so close. And then what happens? A bad tide happens. That's what happens. I mean, look, even around here building this, it's just... Everything's happening beautifully. We just had that final hurdle to overcome. One more drought. That's all I needed was one more sodding drought. But that didn't happen, so here we are. How are we looking? Oh, 3/4 of a layer left to go. Which is, yep, about the same as we have over here. Like I said, we're a little bit quicker than we are over here. Oh, hard times. Hard times. And unfortunately, we haven't quite got anything blocked off just yet. There's going to be holes in everything. Won't technically slow anything down. Watch this be like an 8 or a 9 day bad tide. Now, maximum length bad tide. Not a nice 4-day bad tide. A 4-day bad tide. That would be a blessing in disguise. This bad tide, however, ladies and gentlemen, you just watch. You just watch as it comes along and just slaps me in the face like a beaver tail. Leaves a giant red mark of beaver disapproval. You wait for it, folks. You just wait for it. Find out in 0.8 days. And of course, then we do, you know, there are other bad things. Like we have 25 homeless beavers. That's because we're supposed to be building Beavertopia on the middle of the water. We can't do that with all of the bad tides. We are going to... I'm going to go and... Yes, let's take out the path. That should hopefully discourage a lot of beavers going down there. Okay, looks like we've got one still down there. No, we've got a couple, actually. We're going a lot faster than this one guy. Then let us... Okay, we're in nighttime now, so there shouldn't be... Just before I go and get a beaver stranded. Right, so he's not going down there anymore. Because the stairs are gone. There's probably nothing else they can build from up top. Although they can get a little bit just down here. And I think they can... I'm sure I've got them up to the edge of here. So they can get a little bit more. But not much. Not much. Now... Yep, we've got most of these ready to go. Not the scrap metal. And so, yep, we're just going to come across here by the looks of things and build this. And I'm going to guess we've also got, yes, this lovely piece of dynamite all built up as well. Go and destroy that. Yep, this is all nicely done. We'll finish building our shortcut. And then we can start destroying all of this. And we can just happily go and destroy it. They'll eventually come around this way and pick it all up. Oh my days, a 4-day bad tide. Turns out I got my small wish. Didn't get my big wish. My big wish was a drought. But I got my small wish. So it's only 4 days of bad water. So there is tiny, tiny hope. So we're back up on 1.2k water, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on this thing very, very closely as I unpause it. So I don't drain all of my water off the edge of the map once again. Let's go and refill this ever so slightly, just to keep these trees nice and green, as we're definitely needing a lot of logs right now. Just sleeping in the berry bush field. There are so many of them, look. Poor guys. Just sleeping outside in the dirt. Oh, he's thirsty as well. Well, that sucks to be you. Go get a drink, man. Wake up and go get a drink. And how are we doing? Yep, nice bit of water's come back. Like I said, we'll definitely keep an eye on that this time, so the bad things don't happen. 5% contamination. It's actually gone up to 11% contamination, and that's in a day and a half. And even this is slightly delayed. So in a day, it's gone up by about 7% contamination. So we're aiming for a good 40%. Won't take us too long to recover from, will it? Yeah, we are aiming for a good 40%. Ah, we're close, ladies and gentlemen. We are close. We are still slightly flooded. Using this as a judge, we've probably got about half a block just under to go. And yeah, we are massively struggling for mushrooms. 68% productivity. Well, that's kind of low. What's going on there? 72. I'm just reading the water numbers on that, and I'm like, wait, I've turned the tap on. Let's keep an eye on said tap. As he continues to fill up the little hole in the floor. To keep our trees evergreen. 1.7 days. If we... %. Oh, you're already up there. So close. 11%. That's how low we're going to send it. Because we've just gone and let a bit too much bad water through to here. Yep, and this does kind of come around, but a lot of it is going to come down this way. So I'm gonna keep the numbers even lower. In an attempt to keep as much bad tide out of here as possible. 23% and counting. Because we really do need to charge the beavers into there as soon as that opens up. Are we going to be going for a bit of contamination fun? Well, we'll find out. Ah, and this shortcut has been built. Let's go ahead and do a bit of cleanup. Yes, let's go and get that cleaned up. I believe he's just been cut off. Now we're going to go and take a little risk here. There shouldn't be anybody else coming in this direction. No, there is not. Got away with it, folks. We got away with it. Let's continue to blow up all of this. Little stack of log containers, and they're all actually empty. Oh, he's not blocked off. He can come around this way. Fantastic. So we technically still have access up there. It might not now be the fastest route, but we do still have access. I'm going to go and delete all of these. Put these for demolishing. end of the bad tide. Go ahead and finish off this destruction derby. Let's go ahead and get all of those sorted. Okay, they seem to have grabbed all the materials. Oh, no, wait. I would have pushed all the materials down by using the dynamite. They've obviously gone and grabbed all of those. Is this unreachable? Yes, it is unreachable, apparently. That costs 1-4. That costs 4-6. Let's go for the 1-4 then. Let's build the stairs to the stairs so we can destroy the stairs. Hope everybody kept up with that. And so we can also get rid of this because this does technically go nowhere now. And we can also then remove this path. Okay, so they'll come and grab this at some point. Finishing off the dynamite. Once they build this, they'll destroy this and finish that off as well. And how are we doing? We've gone up to 13% and 10%. We've got 7% over here. I'm going to move you down to a 8% and a 7%. That's the wrong one. I also need to make sure that I do actually do it for both layers. Not just one. And that is on 8. That is also on 8. Contamination is currently 30%. Let's keep that going through where it's going through. Look at all this lovely bit of clean water here. And we've got one guy missing from his workplace, but that'll just be a build-up for now. 12% and 15%. Yeah, this area is going to get hit a little bit, but hopefully we can keep this area kind of clean. 29%. Of course, if we get another bad tide in a row, then we're just royally screwed. Let's keep cleaning up this area. Let's keep getting rid of these stairs, etc. Set up these paths a little bit. More paths equal more problems for the good old CPU. Let's put that down. They can come and clean that. Go and remove these paths. They don't have to consider using them when they go to make all of their decisions. Detonate. Move that bit of path. And there you go. We've done a lovely bit of flattening. The world has been slightly leveled off. And the only thing to question now is, do I in fact push it further down? I think I do. I definitely do, in fact. We want to remove that tree. We wish to have this in double dynamite A. Let's remove that one just so we can get access to this one in the corner. And then let us get rid of all of that as well. Very nice, very nice. What are we down to? 25%. It cleans out so much slower than it fills up. Nice. That one done. Let's move that. Let's put those down. That one. of all of those. Very nice. Leveled off. So yeah, we are still in essence in a small basin. But we're just slightly chopping off that top area. And that is fully built. So whilst no one's there, and very quickly overnight. And so now our builders are living on the edge. Literally. And so with that so beautifully leveled off, we now have a slightly lower crater around our bad tide containment. And I think it's all looking very, very nice. I don't know whether we'll fully relocate all of this and then chop the rest of it down. I have a feeling that we might. But there are currently no plans. I don't know what I'm particularly doing with my industrial relocation. It will definitely be relocated somehow. Like I said, I just haven't quite figured that one out yet. I haven't planned that far ahead. I'm still on the... Oh, I so thought we had... I so thought we had it. Let's have a quick look. I mean, we must be close. Oh, wow. It's flooded by a hair's breadth. There's water just up to there. Almost negligible. I'm surprised we can't quite see dry land around the corners. Oh, I can... Oh, we can! Dry land is now appearing around the corners. As we slowly zoom back out and stare at this beautiful, beautiful level of dryness. Slowly heading up. And ladies and gentlemen, if I go very much slow enough, I can hopefully say by the end of this statement, when I keep adding little bits on to extend the statement that little bit and little bit further, because no matter how many fillers I keep adding, by the time I finally come to the end, I truly, truly hope to be able to tell all of you wonderful viewers at home that the moment we've all been waiting for these many, many episodes, since I have finally gone and built this enclosed structure, since we have been watching this water level go further and further down these outside tiles, that now the moment is upon us. It has finally arrived, what we have all intently been waiting for. Our mine, our one and only beaver iron mine. That is scrap iron, not metal blocks. That's right, scrap iron, ladies and gentlemen, the resource that we are sorely waiting for to continue our journey forward into the great unknown of having no problems of bad tide is finally unflooded. Do you think I kept it going for long enough? Let's go and bring that up. So we no longer have a flooded mine. We do, however, have to contend with 18 and 18% contamination. Down here, we are down to 20% contamination. Over here, we are on 19, and all the way across here, we are on 14% contamination. It spreads mad insanely. I mean, it's all coming out here, right? And it's all pulling down here, right? Yet somehow, it pulls the contamination all the way back to this corner. I guarantee if this was the other way around, that would never decontaminate. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. I promise you, it would not work the other way around. Bad tide spreads like a menace. An absolute menace. So, pray for a drought. That's all I can say. Pray for the drought. And, yeah. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can get things fixed. So I'm only going to go and assume that we have built as much as we can possibly reach down here. I mean, that's very much looks like what it is. So we are as built as we can get built without getting in there ourselves, which is not going to happen at 17%, and finishing it off. But like I said, we've done a lovely bit of trimming in the meantime. We've actually done an amazing bit of building. We now have access, I hope, like I said, I hope it's just a path discontinuous issue by there. We do now have access to our scrap mine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and turn it on. Because then I'm going to go and use this time to be able, and it is connected, to be able to get ourselves going. Now, let's shrink this down a bit. Let's select our mine. Let's go up to 10 people. Because we're just going to do a mad splurge and splash. For, I don't know, the rest of the cycle, maybe. We're going to get contaminated beavers. We're going to get injured beavers. See, look, we've already got 4 unwell. But it's okay. Then we will spend some recovery time. Because I don't know if we're going to get another bad tide. I don't know if things are going to get worse. But we shall find out. But ladies and gentlemen, until next time, until we see you again, I truly do hope that unlike my beavers, you all can stay happy, safe, and healthy. We'll see you in the next episode.